Okay, so welcome to this short video. And the thing is, in this video, I actually wanted to give you an update which I did on the brush behind the scene. This is not really something that big of a deal, but this is also not something that I needed to show you. So I'm just telling you right now. And also, one of the things that we need to discuss before that is where we want our pores and how big the pores are supposed to be. So that's why I have this site open again. You already know the site. And the idea is pretty simple. You can see that I have the nose and the pores simultaneously open right now. And you can see, like you can compare the amount of pores and the size of pores with the nose right now, and this is gonna give you a pretty good guess like how much and how big of the pores you actually needed to add. So yeah, this is one of the references that you can pick up, and if you feel like that you have no idea how big of the pores you want, you can like reference out that particular area. And now I am in Blender, so let's talk about some of the things. I've redrawn the alpha that I've used like in the previous video. Actually, not used, but I made. So this alpha was repainted. Now I'm not gonna show you the process of repainting because that just does not make sense. But I'll definitely just give you the alpha. Also, I'm using the subtract instead of add in terms of direction. uh, Other than that, I don't know what else I have changed. Let's see. So there isn't really anything else that I've changed. All the other settings are like still the same, but instead of using the add, now I'm using the subtract, and the alpha is changed. So these are the two things that I've changed about this brush. Other than that, we are gonna see what we've changed. I don't think that I've changed anything else. Okay, now there's one more thing that I've changed. I've basically re-sculpted the multi-pore brush. So you're gonna see like these are not the pores that I've sculpted in the video, and these are actually the re-sculpted version that I've did behind the scene. I have already shown you the process. So yeah, this is basically how the brush looks like now, and that's basically it. That's all I actually wanted to show you. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is basically what I've done. So these are the two things that I've did. Other than that, I am gonna talk about where we want our pose and where we don't want our pose. Oh, okay, wait. There is another skin random brush. I've forgotten about it. So instead of using the your like normal draw brush, I am actually using the blob brush instead for the skin randomness. You're also gonna see that this brush actually going to preserve all the details that is gonna be already there, and it's just gonna sculpt on top of that. So this is gonna be the benefit of using this brush. And you're gonna see that I am gonna change some of the settings like right now. Obviously we need to have a bit more jitter, but yes, the fall off needs to be smooth actually, otherwise you're going to get those harsh edges. Maybe if you are going for the harsh edges, it is totally fine, but in my case I didn't really wanted to do that. um okay, right now I'm just trying to figure out if the random mapping is gonna work, but I personally feel like that it just does not like contribute as much. The view plane definitely does better job. Okay, now let's talk about like where we want the pose to be and where we don't want our pose, right? So one of the first areas that we are not going to sculpt any of the pore is the eye socket part, and yeah, this is where we don't want our pores. So let me actually just draw this so that it would be obviously easier for you to understand where we want our pores and where we don't want our pores. So this is the first part, and like you can see literally where the pores end. Make sure that your pores actually ends here because you need to create a really nice smoothing looking skin transition from pores to no pores, and we're gonna learn how we do that. So this is also gonna be fun, right? The second part is obviously the nose area and the area where the eyebrow basically start. So in the eyebrow, you can actually make some of the pores, and the hairs are just gonna do the transition. The hairs are basically gonna hide the area where the pores end. So this is gonna be easier to do in the eyebrow. And yeah, on the nose, you basically don't get any pores. So This is also one of those areas where you're not going to get any pores. So let me just draw it out for you uh, in the nose area. Okay. So Blender is kind of behaving weirdly with its annotation. I don't know why. I personally feel like it's so weird to use annotation. I don't know why. This is actually kind of so weird. So in this area, you can see there are gonna be no pores, and the second area is gonna be lip. Obviously, the lips are not gonna have any of the pores. This is, yep. I think this should actually be self-explanatory. Other than that, the forehead are gonna have the pores. In the beard, oh yes, on the neck, we are not gonna have any of the pores as well. And in the ears, actually, it is you can have pores in the ears, but the strength should not be actually as high as we have on the cheeks. So you technically can have the pores in the ears, but yeah, make sure that the strength is not too much. Other than that, so yes, this is basically the reason where we want our pores and where we don't want our pores. And yeah, that's basically it for this video.